is one of the most popular frameworks for getting works done, especially in software teams, but not only. More and more teams in marketing, product, or operations use it to work in short, focused iterations and deliver the real progress week after week. But if you ever work in Scrum, you know how easy it is to get lost in chaos. Sticky notes everywhere, daily stand-ups that last over 1 hour, messy backlogs, and unclear sprint goals. And this is the part where Jira can help you. Jira gives you structure, clarity, and rhythm, and your team can focus on getting things done. Hi, I'm Selina from Grid.io, and in this video I will walk you through how to run Scrum in Jira, from setting up your project, managing your backlog, planning sprints, running daily meetings, and also closing up with quite effective retrospectives. Okay, let's start by creating a new project here. And if you go to the software development section, you will get a Scrum template. As you can see, we have predefined work types and workflow stages, but don't worry, it can be fully customized later. Let's use a template, and now we have to choose a project type. So we have two options, team managed and company managed. In very short, team managed is quite essential features and it does require Jira admins, and company managed is more advanced, more comprehensive, and it's maintained by your Jira admins. So if your organization is already using Jira and you know that you have Jira admins and they can set it up for you, ask for company managed project. But if you are all alone here and this is your very first project, let's try team managed. As this is a very introductional video, I will also go with a team managed project today. Now let's give it a name. It has to be unique. So for example, development, the key, and yeah, here we also have permissions. In my free plans, we can only do it as open, but it can also be limited and private. Let's go with next. So this is the very first look at our board. This will be the place with active sprints, and your team can manage tasks here to make it in progress and done. But first, let's go to the project settings here, and in access tab you can add your people. It's very simple, so we can skip it. But here in work types we have already predefined work types that are in this template, but if you need something else, you can very simple add work type here, enter the name, choose an icon and save it. And if we go to the, for example, story, you will see context fields. If you don't need anything, like if you would like to get rid of something, for example, team, just drag and drop, very simple, and it's already removed. We have story point here, original estimate, and sprint. So for Scrum is perfect setup. And also let's go to the feature tab. We have backlog toggle on, and we also have sprints on and estimation. You can decide here if you would like to use minutes, hours, like time estimation, or story points. I will stick to story points. Here also you have other features like releases, deployments, and so on. But as this is a very introductional video, we need estimation, sprints, and backlog. Let's go back to our project and let's start from backlog. We are in the backlog view, and let's talk about what we have here. First of all, you have a shortcut to create work types from here. You can choose your work types and put some description. Testing version 3. It's a shorter way than creating here with button create, but then you have to open it and put crucial information. For example, if we will put story point estimate here, as you can see, it will be displayed here and at here. The gray is to do, the blue is in progress, and the green is done. You can also change it here. You can add it and put it lower. If you change the status here, it will be also automatically updated. Okay, you can also put Epic here. If you go to view settings and put on Epic panel, you can create epics from this view as well. So for example, we can do testing. And right now, let's go to the testing version 2 and let's add it as testing. And the epic is defined here. Okay, let's close it for now for the better view. And now let's discuss the order. So backlog order matters. The tasks from the top are the most important, the most crucial, the highest priority. So it should be up front. So when you are planning future sprints and you are managing or cleaning your backlog, so you can very easy change the order just with drag and drop to decide which task should go up front and which task has higher priority. As you can see, you can create more than one sprint, but you can have active one. So right now, for example, put testing version 1 into our dev sprint 1. So you can do it with drag and drop, but also you can open the task, and if you have a sprint custom field here, you can choose it. So for example, UX changes can go to the sprint second, and it will be automatically updated after the refreshing. You can always change it with drag and drop. And right now, let's for example put this task into sprint 1. Let's also put some other task there, and let's start sprint. You can once again update info here. Let's do some sprint goal, like very quick, something release version 1, and let's do start. And now we will go to the board, and we have on our board every task from the sprint. Some of them are in to do, but we changed the status before, and when your team finish the task, they will go for done. And here you have sprint details as the name, and of course the goal, how many days left and when the sprint is ending. Just a quick note, if you need different workflow, for example, you need in review or in testing and so on, you can manage workflow here and add new transitions and add new statuses. Explore our videos on the channel because it's covered in different video. Let's go back to the project, and you can also adjust the view. You can group it by assignee, by epic as here. So if you will have lots of epics, you can do something like swim lanes, or you can just go with none. And let's see what happens when you complete the sprint. Here we have a very interesting features that I recommend to use. Create a retrospective for this sprint. So it will be created in Confluence automatically. So you can decide here if you need a whiteboard retrospective or page retrospective. I personally like the whiteboard one. So let's create it. And this is a template for a retrospective with ground rules, overview. You can put there sticky notes, what was good, what should be better, ideas for future, and actions. So it's quite cool to have predefined templates and use them. The one more thing I would like to show you are reports. So if you go to more, you will have a reports here. In team managed, there are some limitations here. In company managed, you will have more options. But for example, let's go with sprint burn down chart. You can choose here sprints. We only completed one, so that's it. We see only one here. Estimation field. You can put it as story points, work item count, or time. I will go still with story points. And here also we have our retrospective board linked, and like we don't have lots of data here, but as you can see, we can see change in estimation here. We will see how many work items we added during the sprint and so on. Please remember that subtasks are not visible on these reports. Also completed work, as you can see, we see all testing, all work items that are done here, and of course those who weren't completed during the sprint. So use reports, use this automatically updated data try to read it, try to understand it, because this is quite powerful. Okay, let's go to our project. Let's go back to our board. Right now we don't have any active sprints, so it's empty, but let's also go to calendar. Here you can see your future sprint planned and how much time does it take. Also, this is where our first sprint was activated and also completed. In all work, you can see all work items that are in this project, and also we have a timeline with different view of sprints, and the order is by epics here. Okay, what can I add more? There are plenty of apps that can be quite helpful during the daily and how to manage daily effective, but also if you are a premium user in Jira, you can have daily minutes counter by assignee in Jira. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Scrum in Jira gives your team the structure it needs to stay aligned, focused, and constantly improving. From backlog to board and retrospective, everything is one place and it actually works. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Jira tips. And if you're thinking right now that this looks great, but how you can make it work for your team, just hit the first link in the description and you can grab a free consultation with our experts. See you in the next one.